Alrighty, good morning, YouTube. It's almost afternoon, but whatever. You guys don't know that. You guys are actually technically watching this at like 5:30ish or whenever you're watching. But regardless, hello. Um, it's been a minute since I did a proper leg day, honestly. Like I had 2 weeks in a row where I kind of deloaded from legs. So yeah, this will be a full-on leg day. And yeah, let's just get started with some adductor work. We're shooting for 8 to 10. All right, that was 10. Probably could have done 11, quite honestly. But, I don't know. Cool beans. I'm not going to record the second set of this. So I'll do the second set. Next thing you'll see me doing is, what do you call it? Hip thrust. Alrighty. Oh, okay. Camera's good. All right. And I'm recording. Yep. Alrighty. Let's see what I can do. Oh. Haven't gone up in weight on this or anything like that. I'm kind of like easing my way back into these leg days because my legs are not recovering as fast as they usually do. So not sure what's happening there, but they feel sore a lot recently. And like I said, I practically had 2 deloads in a row for leg day, and I only have the one leg day per week. So that's like two weeks of not pushing nearly as hard as I usually do. So not sure what's going on there. What I'm hoping for, and this is not logical at all. This is monkey brain think. Hoping my legs, which are the things that blow up by basically not doing anything, I'm hoping that that's switching to upper body. Like we flip the switch. Hopefully, my legs progress, but not nearly as fast, and my upper body starts catching up a little bit more. But there's no logic behind that at all. So from a realistic standpoint, no, that's not what's happening. Something not good is happening. But that's besides the point. Let's make these good, or at least try our best. Whew. Cool beans. And it's just one working set now for hip thrust. So let's move on to hamstring curls. Whew. All right, take 2, I guess. My little shitty gym pin has like erectile dysfunction or something and doesn't actually hold the weight on there properly. So I had to move it to this side. Hopefully it doesn't fall. If it does, whatever, it'll be a fucking mechanical drop set, I guess. But we're shooting for 8 to 10 with this weight. See what we can do. Okay, 8's all I could squeeze out, and the weight didn't move, so cool. On to the back off set. Alrighty, back off set time. Let's see what we can do. We're shooting for 10 to 12. This is only a 10-pound difference. So let's see what we can do. Ten's all I got. Next is leg extensions. Alrighty. I kind of like turned off my brain for a minute, but I'm back. You guys don't notice the difference because I cut it all up, but that was a long gap. Anyways, 8 to 10 is what we're shooting for. See what we could do. I don't think this is the most I've done on it. I think I've done 190. This is 180. So went down a little bit, but once again, I'm trying to like ease my way back into these really hard fucking leg days. Not trying to just like kill myself off the rip after deloading, but technically I should be able to, right? But I'm trying to train a little intelligently, you know, just a little bit. But let's see what I can do. Cool beans. That was 10. That means next week I can go back to hitting 190. But on to the back offset. Ugh. Alrighty. Back offset, once again, I don't know, I DC'd or some shit like that. But we are awake again. And we're shooting for 10 to 12 on this back off. Let's see what we could do. Cool beans. Means we can move up next week. Cool. Oh. Okay, so the last time I did, hack squats, I did 13 plates. I'm not gonna do 13 today. I'm gonna do 12. See what I'm feeling. If I can, reach 8 or more, then, I should have done 13. But like I said, easing my way back into these really hard leg days. I had like a string of bad weeks and no injuries or anything like that. Just, I don't know, I'm not recovering as fast in my legs. So, 12 should be sufficient. And I am 100% stalling right now. But I guess that's enough of that, right? Let's see what I can do. We're shooting for 6 to 8. I don't know. The warm-ups did feel a little hard. I think I could get at least 6. Here's let's put my money where my mouth is. All right, should have gone with 13 plates, but that's okay. I want to say reps in reserve, I probably had like on a really good fucking day 2. Realistically, probably had 1 left in reserve and I kind of bitched out. Should have at least gone down for number 9, but it's okay. Back offset time. Alrighty, enough taking a nap. So our back offset, so we can move on to squat press. Shooting for, I think it's 10 to 12. I'm gonna have a talk with Briggs about that. If you guys don't know me, I'm kind of lazy, but I also don't like doing really heavy squat patterns, like with high amount of reps. To me, above 8, it's a little high, but whatever. I'm not gonna bitch and moan. I'll bitch and moan afterwards. For now, oh, almost forgot my pad. For now, I'm gonna shoot for 10 to 12. See what I could do. Yep. I'm just gonna do 10, because I'd rather give more effort into my squat press. But let's go on to squat press. Alrighty, leg press time. More specifically, the squat press, which if you guys have a squat press at your local gym and you're not using it, I think you're missing out. It is, in my opinion, one of the best versions like of this movement that you can possibly like ever do. But enough of the glaze. Let's put in some work. Shooting for 8 to 12, and I do these what I call, or I think what is referred to as cannonball, which just really is a fancy schmancy term for keeping your feet together. But yeah, let's hi. Alrighty, let's see what I can do. Six. And cool beans. Let's do the back offset now. All right. So I just talked with Brinks, and he agreed to change my intended rep range for both of these, for both the hack squat and this. Technically let me know a little too late on the hack squat, but I still fell in that rep range anyways. But now both of them are gonna be a set of 6 to 8, so really heavy balls to the wall set, and then a back off set of 8 to 10. So for me, I fucking love that. Anytime I'm going, higher than fucking 10 reps on one of these heavy ass movements, count me out. I really don't want to be there. And part of working out is, yes, it has a purpose, and you need to get through it, and you need to do it. It needs to be hard, but you also have to be able to enjoy it. Now, I'm not saying my leg day is not enjoyable. I actually do enjoy it, but there are certain aspects that I wasn't enjoying, like the higher rep range, especially for this thing. It was 8 to 12 and then 10 to 15. That's quite a bit of reps, and I can push quite a bit of weight. And most of the time when I'm hitting failure at those higher rep ranges, it's not really like my legs I gave out. It's like my cardiovascular system, you know, like I kind of just got out of breath. I got gassed out. And yeah, maybe I got to work on that. But I think it'd be a lot more advantageous for me to stick to a lower rep range for both sets on both exercises. The other things like leg extensions, hamstring curls, and all that jazz, I can do as many reps as he wants me to do and have no problem because they're less systematically fatiguing. Compared to these, I mean, this is not a little bit of weight. It's not a lot, but it's not a little. So when I'm doing fucking 10 to 15 on my second set after doing all these other things, most of the time I'm mentally just tired and I just want to get it done with. Form gets a little sloppy and all that jazz. So I think by lowering the rep range and maybe increasing the weight a little bit, that would prove a lot more beneficial to me than just pushing numbers. So he did respond to me just a little late. Not really. I just did 8 with this weight. So I'm just gonna match 8 again for this back off set. Oh. I'm also a little lazy and I didn't wanna do math again and shit. So there's that too. But yeah, let's match 8, see what we can do. X. Zip. And one more for good luck. Zip. Cool beans. Now, all we got left is a set of hyperextensions and some calf raises, and then we get to go home and be a fat pig. Alrighty. Now, this one's kind of hard to film because right now I'm using my 50mm lens, mostly because, man, that lens is clean looking. But the problem with 50mm is it's a, what do you call it? A prime lens. So it's 50mm. That's it. There's no, you know, going to 30 or, you know, increasing to 70 or some shit like that. It's stuck at 50. That's what it is. Problem with 50 in a gym especially is you got to put the camera pretty far back. Like you got to tuck that little bitch away and hope to God, you know, there's not too much traffic or anything like that, or else you're going to miss the shot, blah, blah, blah. The shot doesn't really matter. What really matters is the workout. But, you know, some advice if you're trying to get a new camera or something like that, or trying to film your gym content. A 50mm is a great lens to have. It is a workhorse lens. This one I have in particular is, I think it's a FE50 from Sony, the 50 prime lens. And I think it's like a f1.8 maybe, or maybe 2.8, I'm not too sure. But it looks crisp. It also is technically a photography lens, so technically it's a little too crisp. So if you're doing like more cinematic things, you don't want it to be so crisp. You do want a little bit more softness to your look. But in regards to like gym content, it's good. It's actually probably the best you can hope for, especially if you're posting on like social media. They want things to look really crisp on social media. So word of advice, if you're getting into cameras and all that jazz, 50mm is a great workhorse lens. But if you're shooting in a gym where you know you have limited space and all that jazz, I'd recommend going lower, maybe like a 30 at the highest, and then anywhere from like a 15 to 30 should be good. You can even get away with like a 10, but just know like as soon as you go under like 15, you risk it kind of like fisheyeing at the edges, like the edges kind of getting warped a little bit. And that's just like the way they make the glass and all that jazz. But anyways, enough talking about cameras. That's not why you guys are watching, if you're watching. This is 440. I have a plate here and a plate there added on top of it. And we're shooting for 8 to 10, and it's just one working set. So let's see what we got. Cool beans. Alrighty, now let's go do some calf raises. I think I will actually attempt to record a set of calf raises. Alrighty, let's get this leg day wrapped up with. We have 3 sets here. I'm just gonna record the first one. Just calf raises, nothing crazy. I don't know what the intended rep range is. I think it's 10 to 12 for all 3. Whew. Cool beans. Well, that's gonna wrap up the leg day, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Once again, I'm easing myself back into these really heavy leg days, but felt really good today. Had a lot of mental blocks recently. Don't know what's going on there. Maybe some mild form of depression or something, but not kidding. But getting past it. And I think a real important thing to understand is that not every day is going to be the best day of your life, and you will have bad days. But it's about overcoming those bad days, pushing through, and just moving on, getting to the next good day. And if you're one of the few people or many people that is having a string of bad days and you're watching this, it'll get better. And if you guys ever need anything, my DMs are open. Shoot me a DM. And that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, be safe. All right. Ugh. I think I could step forward. Cool. Buttercup, baby.